Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. When I started this MCOC YouTube channel experiment 5+ years ago, I promised viewers that tuned into this channel, which had less than 50 subscribers and a couple thousand views, and they were for videos that were about Oreos and pizza reviews, not the Marvel Casino of Champions. But I promised you all that I would do my best to look at issues through your perspective. And while that can be complicated because sometimes your perspective is a free-to-play player, while other times it is a whale, and most of the time it's somewhere in between, it is not my own perspective, because my own perspective is beyond blessed having a YouTube channel that I can generate $10,000 to $15,000 a year into this game, which I know is a crazy amount of money, and still be able to afford to pay the taxes on my YouTube purchases. Essentially, this allows me to break even on my in-game purchases, which is beyond a blessing. It's one of the coolest things to ever happen to me, and yes, I work really hard behind the scenes, especially to make sure I still post content and respond to messages, etc. But still, you all could easily not watch, and those of you watching this still are. And so I owe it to you to put myself in your shoes and think about what it would be like to not have a YouTube channel and to still have these offers, because 5 years ago, even before I had a YouTube channel, we didn't have the expectation to spend $1,000 plus like we do. I mean, this week, is the most historic we've ever seen for Kabam wanting our money with the new Kabam website store in addition to the in-game store. Now, we have still 4 days and change at the time of recording this, really almost 5 days, to purchase these offers. It's pretty exciting. Pretty exciting indeed. But what's not pretty exciting is the discrepancy of time to buy the deals. We have really, in my mind, 4 layers to this conversation. What you see in front of you in the unit store is layer number 1. 7 days to buy unit offers. The limits are 4 to 5, depending on which bundle you're purchasing. 4 to 5. Not bad at all. If you compare that, though, and that's a big if you compare that to the website, we've already talked about the frustrating differences that those of you who are running into the website login bug are witnessing. And then I've bought every Paragon special, which has given me the ability to only buy then the Thronebreaker, which I am not buying. But some people claim that their website glitched, and some people couldn't buy anything, and some people could buy multiple things again through this website. And then others said this website not only was unsafe, but most importantly, when we look at the third tier, so the website's the second tier of this conversation, the unit store is the first tier. When we look at the solo event for these solo bonus rewards, we see that this is affected by a different mechanism or counter in some ways in the in-game store than the website, and I've heard of some complaints on that. Now, I didn't see that as a problem on my end because I didn't go to the website. I just spent the units that I had saved up, but obviously it's different for those of you, again, who aren't me, who didn't come into this with 60,000 plus units. The main issue of this video, though, relies on something that just makes 0 sense and has cost Kabam so much money. We don't have a store for this. We have a Spider Exchange store. There are still 16 days. 16 to purchase all the stuff in the Spider Exchange store. That's because it's giving us a week after the event even ends. It's taking the 7 days we should have had for the July 4th week sales store and giving them to this random Spider Exchange store, which makes no sense to me either. So consequently, I am getting several messages and have received several messages behind the scenes that put into question what so many people are facing, including my man Stunts X-Men. And he sent me along this screen to just show in his brain and in his mind. Here you have the limited time offer, which was only 48 hours. It was a day, 2 days total. And then here you've got what we just pulled up, which has 18 days at the time of this screenshot. It just doesn't make sense. And I know Kabam is trying to get people to do what they used to, which is to feel this pressure to purchase things on a whim to make sure these offers don't go away. But to have one store be 7 days and their store be 2 days, it's just a really bad business plan. And it feels tone deaf to what could make them more money. And it also goes against their previous model, which had everything in lockstep. And I sort of feel like Kabam was almost worried about the coding of this, and so they made it different just to be easier. Maybe it's easier to have these offers on the last 2 days than 7 days. But if you know this is a make or break holiday sale for you, in which you've had to lay off a decent percentage of your staff this year and open up several new revenue streams to try to combat that, including the new website, why cut yourself 5 days short of a lot of revenue? I promise you Kabam's losing money on this compared to if they had just done a 7-day store. So those of you that messaged me this feeling as if I wasn't representing your perspective on these videos, this is why this video exists. I was wanting to give it a shot. Thanks for watching, as always, and supporting my channel. Have a good one.